Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope everything is great. Yesterday, I asked you for something to talk about, and one of you, Peggy suggested that she likes to hear about the things that I build or that I do and why and that sort of stuff. And so, since I've been doing a lot of flooring lately, I thought I would talk about the flooring that I chose to put in my daughter's rooms and why I chose that flooring. I'm putting laminate in their rooms. This is the, I don't know, sixth time I've installed quite a bit of laminate in my life, and it's a good choice for their rooms, mostly because they don't live here full time. So, to give you a little bit of backstory, when I bought this house 8 years ago, I've lived here almost 8 years now. All of the carpets in the house they weren't white, but they weren't child-friendly colors. They were, I guess, almond or taupe, that sort of color. And with two little girls, Keely would have been 3 or 4 when we moved in. Kids are tough on carpet. Let's put it that way. And so the bottom floor, so their rooms have always been upstairs. The downstairs was the family area. And the living room got ruined pretty quickly. Spills, food, shoes, all the normal stains that you would expect to happen to a carpet, just compounded. Because children. So when that happened, I decided to redo the flooring in the living room first. And that's the first set of flooring I put down in this house. And I used this product. 2013 I got this. This is what is known as an engineered hardwood. This is bamboo, which is on the Jenga scale, super tough for flooring. This stuff it's very, very difficult to scratch. This is called engineered hardwood because it's essentially a layer of veneer on a plywood backer. And it's hardwood. You could sand this and refinish it if you needed to. If it got old, you could sand this down. But it goes together like laminate flooring. It's got locking joints where you snap it together and it goes plank by plank. So you cut it like you would hardwood floor, where you put a plank down and you keep going and you stagger the joints and all that sort of stuff. You cut it just like you would with a laminate, but instead of having plastic or an aluminum oxide top, you have this it's probably a little more than a 1/16 of an inch, like, I don't know, 2 mil hardwood top. So this was the first set of flooring I put down. Now, I did not do this flooring this time because this stuff is very expensive. I believe 8 years ago, or I got this in 2013, 7 years ago when I did this flooring in the house, it was something like $800 to just do a room that's probably 18 by 20, $800. It was very expensive, but I loved the style of it, and I wanted to put it in the living room that is the most heavily trafficked area because it's so hardy. And if it ever were to be damaged, I could sand it and refinish it. So that happened 6 or 7 years ago. The second set of flooring I put down is a laminate, a traditional vinyl laminate. So this is like a 10 mil or 12 mil thick laminate, very thick laminate, with the actual the lamination, the part that's on top is a vinyl that's probably, it's pretty thick. It's a thicker lamination. This is more expensive than the kind of discount store laminates, but it's not hardwood. This will scratch. This doesn't handle moisture very well because it's basically just an MDF back. but it installs easily. I really like the look and feel of this. The problem that I have is this is in my hallway and my dining room, and which is abutted next to this. So there's this transition between these two flooring types that just looks bad. So someday I need to fix that. But I installed this time, that time, because I basically got the flooring for free. I had a friend who had like 12 boxes of the stuff, which was exactly what I needed to cover that area. And he needed some work done, so I did some quick work for him, and he gave me the flooring. And turned out great. The one thing I really like about this flooring over the bamboo or the laminate that I just installed is this flooring has texture. It basically has simulated wood grain, simulated saw marks. So it feels like you're walking on something that's not plastic. That being said, the flooring that I chose for the girls' room is basically the cheapest possible flooring you can get at Lowe's. I think this stuff is like 80 cents a square foot or something like that. Doing the entire upstairs cost me something like $500, whereas the bamboo was $800 for one room. The reason that I went with this is because the girls don't live here. They visit, they stay occasionally. So this flooring is not going to get a whole lot of wear. That being said, though, I had very similar flooring in my old house. The entire bottom floor of my old house I did with the least expensive flooring I could find. And we abused that flooring. I'm talking like I came home one time and the girls were like poured water on the flooring and were doing the like Tom Cruise big slide down the hallway with music blaring, and it didn't bother that flooring. So I'm very confident in the cheaper flooring. The second reason that I chose this type of flooring is it's easy to clean. It doesn't have the nooks and crannies that this textured flooring has, and the boards, when they join together, there's basically no gap between them. There's nothing in here for stuff to get in. And so you can clean this very easily with a steam mop or a wet mop with absolutely no problems. And it's super easy to put together. The thicker flooring, the 10 mil, this is like the 7 mil flooring. That stuff's much harder to get together. This I can put together with no extra tools. I put it together like this, and then I snap boards together by kicking them. I just stand up and kick them, and they snap right together. This goes together like Legos. This, you basically have to use a hammer to put the thicker stuff together. Much harder to use. Plus, this looks great. Like, I really like the style of it. The girls love the style of it. Oh, and the other reason, because it goes together so smoothly, because there's no texture, it's just like basically a very smooth surface. My daughters can, do like sock dances and slide around on it, and it's fun. It's fun for them. So I guess that's another reason why I chose this type, because it's more enjoyable for them. So I've never actually installed just regular hardwood. I've always installed either the engineered hardwood or the laminate stuff, and I think that if I were to do, I hope to redo the bottom floor with one continuous type of wood. I think if it was me, I would go with engineered hardwood again. Maybe something a little bit more robust than this. This is the, even though it was $800 to do one room, that's still significantly less expensive than hardwood, and it's still not the most robust of the engineered. You can get some very nice product. Probably would have spent $1,000 doing that room, but on the bottom floor, the most used floor of my house, I would like to spend the money to have better flooring. So doing it again, I think I would go with engineered hardwood. But for rooms that barely get used, this 80 cent a square foot laminate is wonderful. Super easy to clean, super easy to install. I did Keely's room, which is probably it's probably 12 by 10 or maybe 14 by 10, 14 by 12. It's a weird size. 4 hours done. Oh, that was loud. Sorry. So that's why. Thank you for asking that question, Peggy. I really appreciate it. If anybody else has any questions about things that I do or the choices that I make, please let me know in the comments down below. If you're interested in learning more about laminates, I can maybe do a video about it. Or if you need need me to help you pick something out, let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Monday. Today's word you should know is asperity. It is a noun meaning something hard to endure. Sorry, I can't handle the asperity of ballet. Could we watch football instead? Asperity. A-S-P-E-R-I-T-Y.